Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. If you're here, if you clicked on the link, it's because you want to know what marshmallows could possibly teach you about saving. So we're going to talk about that today, and I'm going to relate this to specifically your first mini emergency savings, because when you're starting your financial journey, uh, for me, where my journey started was a mini emergency fund of $1,000, which was the first step in creating a little buffer so I wasn't completely paycheck to paycheck. And if something came up, I had a way to pay for it. Not just the new pair of shoes or whatever that shiny object is that I wanted at the moment. It was for a true emergency, which can be like your, not necessarily new tires, but if something happened to your car unexpected, maybe you hit something on the road and you got damage to the underside of your car and you needed to pay for the repairs. Having a little bit of an emergency fund, $1,000 set aside for those unexpected things. You know that life happens. It's called Murphy's Law. It's when the unexpected happens, usually happens at the worst possible time. So your first step in your financial journey is to start planning for the unexpected. So having a little bit of a reserve for when life throws you those curveballs, that's going to keep you in a place of not freaking out. You're going to have more peace about the situation. You can think about it more level-headed without it being a crisis. And I want to share with you this research that I heard about this once. It was a bunch of preschoolers, and the research project was on which preschoolers, when offered two choices, one marshmallow now or two marshmallows later, would choose the one marshmallow now versus the two later. So immediate gratification, delayed gratification. And that really is a lot of what the mental process is when you're deciding to save money. A lot of times it's in here where the blockage is. And that was definitely true for me because I was a spender. I loved spending money. When I opened up a bank account and they required me to have a savings account to get the free checking, I put the bare minimum in the savings, the $5 or $10 that was required to open it, and that's it. I didn't put more in there. I didn't understand why I would want to put more in there, because if I had money, I had something to spend it on. And then I had the epiphany that if I wanted things to change, I had to do something different. And that different thing for me was going to get me closer to the thing that mattered more than the thing that was screaming right now. That one marshmallow now thing. It could be a new pair of sneaks. I did just get these because I have to run in a race, but that was planned. But sometimes it is the best brand that you know you really, really want versus, you know what, this time I'm going to hit up TJ Maxx or Marshalls or whatever that discount price is. I'll take that over the shoes I really would like to have, but I can do with something else for now. And when you know your why, you know why you're making that harder decision right now, which is the thing that's screaming, the thing that you want right now versus the thing that you want more, the thing that matters more. This was the emergency fund for me, the thing that was going to get me closer to that goal of having more freedom in my life to make choices that meant more to me than the next hottest pair of sneakers. It can be something different for you. I'm just trying to make a point about like the principle of this, that when you know your why, it always comes back to your why. And if you can make that hard decision now, it's going to make that thing that you're striving for, that goal that you want more than that one marshmallow thing that's screaming right now, so worth it. And I'll share this too. When I went on my quest for financial freedom, and my quest started with saving my first $1,000, I never knew what it felt like to save money. So when I hit that first milestone, it was really, financially speaking, the smallest milestone of the whole journey, but it had the biggest impact in my transformation, my turnaround, because what came with that was this tremendous confidence that I never even knew was waiting to be unlocked. I believed in myself for the first time. I always saw myself as kind of struggling. I was always going to, a single mom. This was the way life was supposed to be for single moms. I had this mentality, this blockage that I was meant to suffer. And really what it took was a little bit of tweaking of my behaviors, cutting a few things out right now that I really didn't need. And I asked myself that hard question: what is it that I'm doing this for? What is it that I'm fighting for? And is staying not right now to that thing that was screaming a little louder, maybe that extra subscription, maybe that home goods purchase. Let's be honest, I don't go in there unless I plan on spending money, and I have to know what that is because that was my Achilles heel. But because I'm all about making a house feel like a home. So those things were definitely tempting for me. But whatever that is for you, think about that. What is your why? And a practical way that you can start saving money now is, I'm going to just give you a few tips. One thing you can do is, if you're on a weekly or a bi-weekly paycheck, if you're planning your spending based on a 4-week month and you get that 5th paycheck, put that towards your emergency fund. If you get a tax return, put that towards your emergency fund. If you get a raise, put that towards your emergency fund. Have a tag sale. Get your kids excited. If you have kids, get them excited on what can be sold. Whatever you see around the house, get rid of stuff. It feels good to purge sometimes. We're a society that likes to collect things and more things, material things. Get rid of some stuff and purge and free your space up a little bit too. Another way that you can save money towards your emergency fund is, maybe you do pick up a side hustle. I just stayed at somebody's house and they asked me to clean their house while I stayed there. I got to stay for free, enjoy some quiet time, and I got paid to do a little cleaning. That's where the sneakers came from, actually. So I had that money set aside as surplus. But go do that thing that's going to get you closer to what matters most. And opt for the 2 marshmallows later. It's going to feel so good. And these 2 marshmallows come with so much confidence. You're going to realize that you didn't know that you had what it takes until you get to the other side of that and realize that you have everything it takes to do this. So get out there, do this, and put it in the comments. If you've had success saving your first emergency fund, tell me what you're doing right now. Maybe it's just cutting out 1 coffee a month. Maybe it's 1 coffee a week out. Maybe you decide to make coffee at home. Maybe you prep your veggies instead of buying them pre-sliced, or whatever that is. Tell me about how you're saving money and how you're focused on your goal and what that goal is, if you even dare. Put it on paper, put it in writing, and it'll help you stay accountable to it. So until next time, can't wait to hear how you're all doing. And remember that you do have what it takes. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Can't wait to see you next time, and go after it. Love you.